Hey guys, it's Bryce here at my shop, Raymond Music, and today I've got a review of this Y-Fort tenor trombone with the F attachment. So you may not have heard of Y-Fort. They're a pretty new brand, but basically the story that they told me was that the starter of the company, the founder, was working at Eastman making some of their trombones and other instruments, and eventually said, I kind of want to do my own thing, and so he decided to make his own factory, doing his own brand, and basically decided to make a whole new design, more or less from the ground up. So the specs are the same. It's large bore and things like that, and it's got similar bell size and stuff. But like this wrap is completely new. This is a totally unique design, and the connectors don't work with anything else, so you can't put like a Bach or a Shire slide on here. The connector's totally different, or at least slightly different to where it doesn't fit. So he totally just built it from the ground up. So we'll get to this thing in a second. But first, let's start with the case. So these are pretty nice cases. I'm a big fan. They look real cool. As you can see, it's got this green kind of canvas outside with some leather. I doubt this is real leather. It's probably fake leather, but it feels very nice. It looks really nice, and gives it kind of that premium feel. This is just a pouch for sheet music and accessories and things like that, and also Velcro's off, so you can remove it if you wanted to. And inside you've got your basic trombone case layout where bell here, slide sits vertical in here. Again, storage compartment, spot for your mouthpiece, things like that. So overall, it's a really nice case. I love these things. It's got the backpack straps on the back and things like that, and then just a standard zipper to close. So a really nice case it comes with. That's awesome. Okay, so now the good stuff, the instrument. So this model is the YSL 363G. So this is kind of the intermediate version. They have a pro model, the like 700 series, like the 737G and stuff like that. Those have a cut bell, and then they also make them without a cut bell. So this is basically the intermediate version of those instruments. And this one, like I said, it's G in the product title means that it's got a gold brass bell. So that gives it a little bit of a different sound, and I really like that, especially for symphonic playing. I like gold brass for that kind of thing. Okay, so basic specs. 547 bore, so that's standard, large bore, large shank trombone, pretty standard for tenor. And then it's got these nickel outer slide with the nickel crook as well. So a pretty standard setup. And then again, we have this open wrap F attachment. And again, this is a totally unique wrap that the guy at the Y-Fort factory created. It's really cool. It's really open blowing. I'm a big fan of this valve. I've been kind of waiting for them to make a bass trombone version, hopefully with a similar valve wrap to this. And they said that maybe it might be in the works, but they won't tell me. So I said, as soon as you do, I will order it. So I mainly play bass trombone, but I've had a number of friends who play tenor who tried this thing and went, man, this valve is sick. So it's super awesome. Works real nice, and it's got really nice core in there with a little tiny adjustment screw on the end, which is kind of nice, so you can make sure it doesn't wiggle back and forth. But yeah, real nice, good feeling valve that plays real nice and open and free. And then again, we've got standard gold brass tuning slide into our 8.5 inch gold brass bell. So again, pretty standard setup for a large bore tenor trombone, as you would see. But yeah, this thing just plays really nice. The slides are pretty good out of the box, but again, nothing's perfect. So I usually have to do a little bit of work to them, but not too much. So if you get these from another retailer, make sure that they actually look over the slide and the valve and make sure they work. They also put like some really thick grease on the rotor for some reason that makes it super laggy. I assume it's to keep it from corroding or something in storage. But anyway, so the valves don't work great out of the box. So I take them apart, clean them off a bit, put some regular oil on it, put it back together, and it works great. But anyway, along with that, the slides, sometimes do need a little bit. They are coming from overseas or from one of their warehouses in the U.S. And so, you ship anything, something's going to happen. It's not always going to be perfect. So again, if you're buying this from somewhere, make sure that they at least oil the rotor for you and make sure that the slide is working well. So, at my shop, I always do that. I go over every single instrument, adjust it, test play it before it, goes up on the shelf and all that kind of stuff. So you know that anyone that you get from me will have a pretty good slide. The rotor will work and all that kind of jazz. It'll be ready to go. But just something to note that that's something that I ended up having to do. But after you do that, they're awesome. Super great playing horns. So again, this is a great option for intermediate players, somebody looking for a first upgrade. These clock in around the $1,000 range, so that's kind of a great entry point for these kinds of large bore instruments, especially for intermediate players and students who might not have $2,000 to spend on a brand new name brand whatever large bore horn. These play just as well, and they're actually affordable, which I think is great. So this is always my first go-to when someone's like, hey, I'm looking for my first upgrade. I need something for wind ensemble or band playing in school, and I need a large bore instrument. I say, you know what, pick up one of these. It's a great value for the money. Even on the used market, hard to beat it. So this is a really great instrument. So let's take a look at this and put a mouthpiece on it and see how it plays.